Afternoon, boys and girls. My name's Jason. I'm here with my buddy Rod from
Yo.
BassPond.net. Go check it out. I'm going to do a little tutorial today. We're here at the local pond. If you want to show them here, the nice local little pond.
There's one busting right there.
Yep. So here is my confidence bait. So for all of you guys that don't know, never fished one before, these are absolutely awesome. Come on in here and get a look here. This is what we call a Texas rig. Okay, you got a slip weight, bullet weight up here, and you can make that any weight that you want, but you want to keep it reasonable, not too heavy. And then you have a offset hook here. All right, now that's really important when you're working your Texas rig because this helps keep the worm nice and straight on there. All right, so to rig it up, nice and simple, you put your weight on first, let it drop down, then you tie your hook on however you tie your hook. Easy peasy. And what you want to do is take your hook and drop it through the nose, and you want it to come out the bottom part of your worm. So you'll come in, punch it through, and you want to make sure that you bring this portion of the hook through about the same distance that is, so that when it comes up, it's sitting nice and level, because you'll flip it over. See? Now, your second portion is to measure, real easy to measure on these, but measure where it's going to come through to drop your hook through. So you measure that out, punch it through the top, and you let it ride nice and tight right up against that there. Now you can do it weedless by pulling up a little and letting it cinch back down into the plastic if you like. And there you have more or less a 100% weedless approach, which works really well. I like mine to be exposed when we're not in weeds because it helps you on your hook sets a little better. So with that being said, let me show you how to fish it. All right, folks, so we're going to throw that Texas rig here and let me show you how to fish this, all right? Really important with your Texas rig is the technique, okay? You can vary the speed if you want to, depend upon your water temperature. Normally, you reel in your slack, pull it up nice and slow. Drop your rod tip down and reel in the slack. See, snack, I'm thinking, I'm hungry already. Pull it in nice and slow. That's rinse and repeat just like this. This has become one of my most favorite baits to use. And it's produced in almost every occasion that I've used it. Now the bites, you're going to see the bites are going to vary on these. It's not always a big crushing hit. Sometimes it's just real subtle. You got to sit back and kind of give a little slack and see if that slack gets taken up by a fish. Now if you're wondering the bait that I used in here, it looks like RoboWorm has a fairly new bait out called a Zipper. Using it in bull bluegill. Rod turned me onto that color. It's one of the best colors I've found. There he is.
Yeah. Get him. Nice.
And there it is, folks. Your Texas rig. Took a little bit of time. He ain't the biggest, prettiest fish in the world, but he's a fish. And that's what matters. Jason here on instructions. My boy Rod from BassPond.net. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay, in the video it wasn't very close, so it was a little bit difficult to see. Here's your offset hook I'm telling you about. A little offset right there. This is a nice straight shank hook. Here's your weight here. This is a bullet weight. Called by several different names, but I like to call them bullet weights, and you can use any size that you want. And here is the worm. This is just what I chose to use for today. You can use any kind of worm that you want. It all works out the same way. So when you rig one of these up, take the tip and push it through. Again, just so that enough is bit right there to take up the slack here. All right. So you push that up and through, and this is where you measure your second bite. Okay, I really like these hooks that circle back real hard because they sit on the back side of the worm. All right, so we're going to come in about there, straight through, and there you have it. That's your Texas rig. And when it's resting and you're pulling it in, it sits about like that. It's already fairly weedless. Now, as discussed earlier in the video, if you push this forward and let it cinch back a little bit, you can catch the back of that worm right there, which makes it extremely weedless, and you can punch through some pretty good grass with that. This is a killer bait to use, folks.